You're live.
Ah, yes. Hello, team. Hello, lovelies. Cat Daddy here. Welcome to Catterday, live from the cat cave. Do I already see a dog in the background? I know, it's...
DOGURDAY.
It is. Welcome to DOGURDAY. Catterday versus DOGURDAY. Yeah, if you are not aware, today we are going to welcome in my buddy Zoe Sandor, who was my co-host on Cat vs. Dog on Animal Planet. Yeah, it was one season, but it was one glorious season, and we had a really good time. And if you haven't seen that show, well, today's your chance, because we'll do a little memory lane walking. I mean, it's not a it's not a very long walk, but it's a little jaunt down memory lane. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that today, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did watch it, we just premiered on the YouTube on the YouTube. By the way, Taylor's here with me today as always.
Hi guys.
And the video today was on catification. What is catification? I think the term I said was what did I say? It was whimsical yet mysterious. God only knows what goes through my head when I put on a British accent, or a very, very, very bad British accent, which sometimes seems to devolve into German. I then go into a German accent. I don't know what I'm saying right now at all. But anyway, I am so glad to be with you guys today. I'm really glad to see all of our usual suspects here. I know that what am I looking at?
Some activity.
Activity. And I like the little welcome thing you put up there. Look at look at that activity. Oh, is that new?
Well, it's the same thing you see on your phone.
Yeah, I know, but
still,
you know, I think it's really ingenious. So we have Ashika Duskmoon has subscribed, and thank you for doing that, Ashika. Suze871 has resubscribed for 3 months, and she says, "Thank you for being the." Aw, that's very sweet. Embarrassing, so I won't say it. Ashika cheered 100 bits. Thanks for doing that. Sarah's Thoughts has subscribed through Prime, and if you guys don't know, you can subscribe to our channel through Amazon Prime. Very easy way to do it. And there is an exclamation point for that, isn't there?
Prime.
Well, go figure. Yeah, exclamation point Prime will give you everything you need to subscribe if you haven't already. And that means you YouTubers. I'm kidding. Welcome to all you. Jiggly Fluff with a bunch of goaty emotes. Yay, baby goats. And Amritha's birthday is today.
Oh,
happy birthday, Amritha. Yay. Happy birthday. I'm glad. Wait, one wasn't made up? Sorry to say, from your new video, only one was a made-up word and the rest were phrases. Wow, Purry. Wow. Are we going to get a little overly, on me?
She might be right. Well,
she probably is right.
Raw cat is a phrase.
Raw cat is a phrase, and
Catify. Well, that's just the short.
Well, catification, catify, it's pretty much the same thing. But there was also raw cat, cat mojo was another one.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, I know that.
Good point.
Yeah.
But catification is the title of the video, so.
Right, but we did have the running count going.
Oh, gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
So, and that running count, I knew it when I did it too. I knew somebody was going to catch on. Blabbermouth in Decatur. Welcome, Decatur, Illinois. And welcome for people all over the world, including Amritha from India. And everybody else who is coming on aboard. Can you, Ria cheered 101 bits. Thank you, Ria. Oh, that's right, I have a mouse. I always forget I have a mouse. Enley has subscribed to us. Sierra the Dinosaur has subscribed. And who else? Rat Pixie has subscribed with Prime. Stephanie53 has resubscribed for 3 months. Wow. Meow Wolf is here. What's up, Jen? Good to see you. Jiggly Fluff in Decatur, Illinois, resubscribed for 2 months. What was that?
Jiggly Fluff is just a great.
Yeah, there are so many great names.
Yeah.
This one, Cathalax Alex has subscribed. I mean, there are some
you
that.
can shorten it. You shorten it.
Yeah. There's the Cat Masur has subscribed. Avonaro has subscribed. McOp, Paula Styles, Crazy Cat Lady. Crazy Cat Lady 20. I was like, how did somebody grab Crazy Cat Lady?
Yeah, good one.
Lizard TKD, Binksy Boo 3, Wow, you guys are making it tough. Oh, I'm going all the way back right now.
Yeah, you don't
Okay,
do that.
yeah. There's plenty of subscribers, and thank you. Thank you so much for that. And in the meantime, we're looking at all these incredibly cute pictures that keep. And if you wanted to know where these pictures come from, glad you asked. If you go on over to Discord, our Discord channel, which right there on the screen, you'll see that little address right there. Discord is the depths of the cat cave. That's where we have pictures and story suggestions and all kinds of good things happening in Discord. So !Discord, you can join the conversation, which I absolutely encourage you to do. And by the way, so now I'm trying to remember how many episodes of Cat vs. Dog there was. My guess is 10, maybe 12.
Right. We should mention if they want to put in their episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry, you're getting that. Gotcha.
I'm a step ahead of you.
You were
as
framing
always.
it so well, and I
All you had to do was just bloop. Yeah, so basically what the two of us are talking about is if you wanted to suggest a case that Zoe and I worked on for us to take a look at and watch together, then just put that in Discord. Just let us know what case that was. Right now, I'm trying to remember, and I guess I should ask Zoe. Zoe, I wonder if she wrote back. But trying to figure out... she said she's waiting for you.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Let me see.
Anyway, I'm trying to remember what our first case was, because I don't think that we actually filmed them in order. And I want you guys to see what that, because I'll talk about it with her, but the process of getting that show together and getting it on the air was pretty darn quick. And we didn't really have a whole lot of time to get to know each other. So what you see in there is the beginning of magic. It was just magic. Anyway, so Rummy Tummy says, thank you for putting the McCavity pick up. He's the real Tiger King. I don't know McCavity because we have all of these pictures just sort of flopping around up here. So I don't know who's who, but, you know. Well, Sarah's thoughts, see, that's the funny thing. Again, I don't want to give anything away, and Zoe and I will talk about it in a little bit, but the two words, Esmeralda Beyonce, echoing through the neighborhoods of Los Angeles, we knew when that was happening that it was going to be one of those, like, people like you would be saying, Esmeralda Beyonce. Yeah, and if you don't know who Esmeralda Beyonce is, oh, you will. Because we'll talk about it in a little bit. That is the name of a cat. Thank you, Jackson Taylor. I got the confirmation email from Michael's mug.
Mm-hmm. She's
I don't know why I decided to read that one, but no, yeah, I just did. Oh, right, Rummy. That's right. Sorry. What was I going to say? Esmeralda Beyonce. But it's so funny. Cozy Cosette. Okay, so I always, and I'm going to admit it to you guys, I tend to underestimate that you guys know more about these episodes than I can ever remember. It's good to know, because I don't think Cozy Cosette would ever come. And look, there we go. Zamarabi, oh God, please. Rottweiler, Girly, and Cat Boo. Wait till you hear that story. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, because Jack, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. What are you confuzzled about? Are you confuzzled about everything? Because you're not usually confuzzled. But anyway, we're talking about the TV show Cat vs. Dog, which ran on Animal Planet just a few years ago, I think. And ooh, look at that! Is that a Maneki Neko?
Oh, it is kind of, yeah.
Emote? That's rockin', Namazi. That is rockin'. Yes, the lady on the roof. But that's the thing. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But the one thing that I can tell you about what I remember about that episode was how unbelievably hot it was that day. And standing on this woman's rooftop, I honestly, I don't remember ever being that close to complete heat stroke, and the thought that I'm about to have heat stroke standing on her rooftop, and do I want myself filmed falling off the roof? Like, these are the things that were going through my head that day. Anyway, yeah, right. Doris, cat furniture on the roof. You know, and of course I can't remember her name either right now, but she was actually a wonderful person, and she really cared about her animals a lot. It was just one of those things that was just perfectly made for TV. Like, it was just that little cherry on top that when you go to visit someone's house, you go, oh, okay, roll camera. Anyway, not going to go too far into it. In the meantime, oh, Seamus, thank you so much for your cheer. That's so sweet of you, as always. Thank you so much. Current, I'll catch you up. Don't worry. Anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about right now, oh, you will. So don't worry. The anti-cat peepholes who like to disrupt reality. See, here's the thing. I tend to pick up the things in this chat that I probably shouldn't, you know? Apparently Pebbles needs some baby goats. Pebbles, I've been sort of trying to follow, but I'm not. I think something is not okay in Pebbles' world. Pebbles, what's going on? I mean, I think we should just oblige and pull up some baby goats, but I also had you pull up. Did you find me some baby donkeys? Mm-hmm. Can we start with? Okay, so there's some goats.
We can do.
And okay, here comes baby donkeys. Now,
well,
if you
not
guys,
always baby. I don't know if they're gonna be
donkeys and goats, and yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, that's pretty great.
I'm. If you guys don't know, donkeys are like my absolute weak. Okay, shut up. Oh God, they're so adorable. Oh my God, the ears, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Oh my God, donkeys. Hopefully Pebbles. Oh. Pebbles lost a California king snake that she has had since a baby. He was 24 and she passed this morning. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Pebbles, that is a very long time. So, you know what? Oops.
I don't know what that was.
That was a copyright claim. Yeah. But look at this one. If you guys didn't know this, my flower girl for my wedding was a donkey.
That's not very nice, Jackson.
But it's true. It's true. If you guys could have seen, like, as you know, her name was Sweetheart, Sweetheart, and she was being led through the aisles, and you know, they were throwing some flowers, and she did actually hee-haw right in the middle of the ceremony. Of course, the timing could have been better. It could have been like, if anybody has any reason that these two should not be wed, and then we would have had the hee-haw. But anyway, I am very sorry for your loss, Pebbles. Is anybody else having a problem with the volume today? I just saw one complaint here with...
Fish.
Yes, Animal Girl. She was... Sweetheart was and is, she's still alive, a resident of Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, Utah, which is where we got married. It was an absolute what a dream. Anyway, everyone else, volume is kind of low. No, it's a little low. No, it's fine. It's a little low. Okay, you guys, let's just err on the side of low, because also I'm kind of a little far away from the mic, which might.
You could bring that forward if you want.
Yeah, I'll just do a little bit of that. Anyhow, everybody, what else is going down here today? So, we have, as always, we have a giveaway happening at the end of our stream today. And today's giveaway, appropriately, is our DOGURDAY giveaway. That includes our Jackson Galaxy solution called Training Solution, which is something that I formulated to help dogs, well, and cats, sort of pay attention during training sessions, keep their vibe focused on the task at hand. So that is part of our giveaway, along with our Northwest Naturals beef liver treats and our pill masker for dogs and cats, right here. There it is, right there. Everyone keeps asking me if I know this dog and cat. I do not. As opposed to on some other products where you see my little Audrey and Barry was on another one. But no. Anyway, but the pill masker is part of the giveaway as well. Also, our product of the week, not coincidentally, is also the pill masker for cats and dogs. Right now, it is there is a normally $10.99, now $8.80. I'm sure there's math to that.
Yeah, I didn't do the math, but that's...
Yeah, it's got to be.
But
$8.80 isn't one of those things.
Yeah.
So if you go !giveaway, then you will get to the place where you sign up for the giveaway. You guys over on YouTube, you do have to be on Twitch in order to have a chance at today's giveaway. One thing that I would love to do is head on over to Discord and let's see what's going on in our pet picks today. I think it's a really good day to just sort of bond over our animal kids.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Let's see, what else going on over here? Oh, I'm just watching so many things here. Oh, and that is true, Scrubs. You do need to live in the U.S. in order to get the giveaway. And apologies for that, and apologies, you guys, that we do not ship internationally right now from the store. If you had any idea how much money it was to ship internationally, you would understand. But we do, a lot of our products are over on Amazon as well. So depending on where you live, you should be able to get it on Amazon, and it won't cost you $100 in shipping to get it, you know. It would be hilarious. Like a $12 cat toy, as much as I love you, I don't think you should pay $100. No, what is it? Sometimes it's like $40 to get things shipped overseas. Yeah, there it is. Lady Topaz says, I shipped a gaming headset to a friend in the UK and the shipping was $75. That's crazy. Purry Birch, I'm doing okay, actually. Doing all right. We are in, oh my God.
Oops.
What is that, like a two-headed cat? Yes. Isn't that weird? Do they not look like, oh, they're in the same bed. Yeah. They totally look like one cat with two heads. But they're totally beautiful.
We'll do this kind of quick because we got Zoe ready. So
we got Zoe ready, and we have to take 2 minutes before Zoe.
Yeah.
Because you know what, because I love you guys as much as I do, I'm gonna be totally honest with you at all times. We believe in total transparency here at the Cat Cave. My boy. Oh wait, was that Pebbles? There.
Oh, it is Pebbles.
That's Pearl's baby. Pebbles'
24.
baby.
Wow.
Her name was Baby, and she passed this morning. She was 24 years old, and I got her when she was a baby. She was a California king snake. Much love to you, Pebbles. Everybody send a little love to Pebbles right now. That's a long time for any family member, but really, you know, I don't think folks realize. I mean, when I lost Valoria, and she was 26, had her for 25 years, that's like half your life, man, if you're my age, and it's a real blow. So Pebbles, so much love to you. Anyway, so really, yeah, there's not a good segue to this, but the segue was that my boy Pasha, who's sleeping right down here, also has a bad case of the farts today, and he is just gassing up the cat cave. So before we bring Zoe onto the scene, we are going to take Pasha out for a spin. And just, if this was only smell-o-vision, you would absolutely empathize with Taylor and I, because, I mean, we are in an airplane hangar right now, and you can't breathe. So, what did you eat, buddy? Oh, I know what he ate. Freaking cat food is what he ate. But anyway, yeah, and I'll tell you what's going on in my world after we take a little break. I didn't feed him, Nancy. I did not feed him the cat food. He just went and helped himself to it. So there you go. Milexa from Russia with love. Love that. Wait, I was going to say something. I was going to say something going on in my life. Oh, well, one thing we can talk about later is we are just getting ready to start shooting the My Cat from Hell special. Mm-hmm. And you guys don't even realize this, but you'll see it when the special arrives on your doorstep on July 11th, is that it really is happening at the speed of life. I mean, usually a lot goes into making these TV shows, but not this time. I mean, of course it will, but we are also really trying to be timely with it and to be able to speak to folks during sort of the lockdown quarantine time and the problems that folks are having during this time. So we're getting a cast, getting it ready, and we're going to start shooting it next week. And yeah, and there you go. Okay, all right. My God, my English is not what it could be today. Just letting you guys know that. Anyway, we're going to take 2 minutes. Let me get Pasha out of here because, my God, I just can't hang with it. And we will be back with my good friend Zoe Sandor from Cat vs. Dog. We're going to take a little stroll down memory lane. Don't forget you can go to Discord, and if there's a case that you want to hear us talk about,
put it in the Cat vs. Dog channel.
There's a Cat vs. Dog channel in Discord. Yep. So just go ahead, Curran. Always blame the dog. Just blame the dog. You know, have a nice fart break. You know, of course I asked for this. All right, come on, Pasha, let's go out of here. I'll be back in a minute, you guys.
Who's there? What dog is there? Come here, little one. CPDT. CPDT. That's my certification. CPDT. Certified Pet Dog Trainer. Come here. CCPDT. My mic is on. Hi! Yay! Can you guys hear me? This is a fluke. Yay! Hello, everybody! Oh my God, hilarious. Well, I cannot hear anything that's going on over there. Ooh, can you see me? I have a dog with me. Happy Catterday. Oh my God. How long till they figure out you guys can hear me, do you think? I'll be on in, what time is it? It's 1:56. I'll be on in 4 minutes. This is me trying to unmute myself for the team and probably accidentally unmuting myself for
too.
Oh, man. Drinking coffee makes me happy. Dum, 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 dum. Welcome, you guys. Welcome back. No, because it's such a pressing question. Pasha did not poop. Thanks, Pasha. No, he went out there and peed his brains out, but that's about it. Now you're totally caught up, and I know that that's something that really is making everybody's head spin today, is Pasha's gas. Anyway, welcome back, you guys. I hope everyone's having a good Catterday. And we are getting ready now. By the way, one thing I didn't mention before is that our product deal on the Pill Masker is only good for you guys on this very stream right now. And that is if you hit ! Cat Cave deal, then you will get... Ivy, ginger ale makes me just about as happy as anything in the whole wide world. And anybody knows me knows that I drink coffee and I drink ginger ale, and that's about it. And it's only very specific ginger ale. I'm not a big, that's sweet stuff. I like tasting ginger. I'm a ginger fanatic all the way around. And what do you mean, what happened to my beard? Have you ever seen me without one? Oh, you mean like not having the cat guy beard? It's quarantine time, and that means lazy. Anyhow, Jackson likes to burp. Seamus, how do you know me so well? Anyway, let's do this. All right, I'm putting on my headphones. And we are about to bring in, I'm really excited about this. So if you guys have not watched Cat vs. Dog, what planet are you from and why would you have not done that? But that's going to happen now anyway. And joining me is, look at you, Zoe Sandor here, co-host from Cat vs. Dog, one of my truly favorite people. And there you be, girlie. What's going on? Hi. Yeah, people can see you. So no.
I'm not just a voice in the wind, guys. And I just want you to know, I tried to get Taylor to put me back on, and he was like, "No."
What do you mean put you back on?
Oh, I actually had her on when you were on the break. They could hear her voice through the music for a minute.
About Jackson, we were just like that guy and his beard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know what the funny thing is? You know somebody from filming shows with them, you suddenly know secrets. You know things that you might not want other people to know. So there's a certain...
Like this. Jackson, do you remember what I mean?
Oh, shit. Listen, let me just put this out there, okay? So I have never been more tired in my entire life than when we were filming Cat vs. Dog. We had just... What? Because of that. We were. Oh my God. We were in a deadline for Total Cat Mojo, and while we were filming that show, and I slept maybe an hour a night, and so yeah, Zoe took more pictures of me sleeping, and it's terrible. They were terrible pictures, man. Just terrible, mouth open, drooly pictures, and that's why you...
Full dress. Full beard.
Yeah, full everything. And, okay, so here's a question for you. So, now, do you remember what the first case that we worked on together, the first thing that we did?
Okay, I think, so short answer, no.
Really?
But I think it was the Oreo house.
Oreo?
Either that was just the first episode that played. Hold on, I'll get you there. Or it was the first thing we worked on. It was that house where the dog bolts out the door and they let the dog just leave out the door without the leash on. And it was the dog and cat that are actually best friends. They were they fight, and
wait,
it was a whole family.
No. Now I'm remembering, because it was the one where, because I remember we had to just get our act together on the spot, and we had to make up a plan of action as we were walking around to the back of the house. We were getting ready, and then we had to shoot our OT. I can picture the house.
Yeah. That was the house. That was Oreo's house.
That was Oreo's
I
house.
remember human beings, okay? The
I don't-
dog's name is Oreo. Guys, and I'm not looking at these, but who knows Oreo? Come on.
Oh,
This was like-
wait.
Like the ninja cat, and it was all like whack. That was how it
Totally.
was.
And the mom was just over the top with her, like, she was afraid. She was afraid of the cat, right?
Oh, yeah, and remember that was the one where they had that feral cat they were feeding outside that you made them neuter?
Yes, I did. And then we got her adopted to the aunt. Okay, so we should find that one, because the thing that I think that people don't understand is that you and I had met once before that? Yeah. One time. We had met one time.
You rolled into the meeting all late and demanded your salad. That's what happened.
What the hell are you talking about? That's what you remember about me.
I was really nervous. Okay, day one, we're all meeting. I got there early. I'm.
Uh-oh. Zoe's a robot.
Hold on, robot.
We got there. We're like, these dogs, we're gonna do it.
Wait, hold on, Zoe. Hold on. You turned into a robot.
What happened, guys?
It's you. It's your fault.
No, don't. It's nobody's fault.
It is.
Just- It's not a
Wait,
40.
hold on. Oh my God! Look at the face. Look at the face she's making.
No, she just froze. It's
Okay, you froze.
On
Stop
purpose.
freezing. Hold on, Zoe. This isn't TV.
no, she's ask her something.
Can I just chat in?
What?
She's
What?
fine.
She's fine now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I was about to start typing in ferociously.
No, you were saying that you were nervous, which, by the way, when you're nervous, now don't forget, you guys, we had never laid eyes on each other before, and we go in for this network kickoff meeting, and apparently I was demanding of a salad, which doesn't sound at all like me.
As I started talking shit about Jackson, I froze. That.
Oh no, but your nervous is quite intimidating. You don't look nervous. You look pissed. So just so you know, yeah, I'm a
RBF.
RBF.
Yep. Someone tell Jackson. Someone educate him.
What does RBF mean? Wait, let me think. No, all I can think was dirty things, and I don't want to think about that.
I'm gonna wait and let them. It'll come. It'll come.
Oh, I have RBF too. Oh, I know what RBF is. Okay, gotcha. In fact, I didn't even need Floof Fan to tell me that, or Cecil Kitty, or anyway. So that first case that we're talking about, we did not have time to come up with game plan. In fact, we wanted to be able to work off each other and to come up with something. But I'll never forget standing in the back of that person's house and just having a moment of absolute panic, because we just didn't know. We just didn't know how the other person worked. You know, you can't really work off somebody if you don't know them. But I think we got away with it pretty damn good. I mean,
Yeah. Luckily,
at least one
we
of
have
us did.
enough of the same personality.
Yeah.
We are entertainers. It works.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it was that one was easy, and I think that we might have started with an easy one on purpose, because it wasn't too far into it that there were some scary dogs. There was a few scary dogs. One that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that maybe we can find him, but man, I'll tell you what, man, I'll never forget. Was it a her? No, the Corso. The Corso.
Oh, him! I don't even think of him as scary.
I'll tell you what was scary. What was scary is that we were sitting in the living room, and if you guys don't know what a Corso, I mean, they're big dogs, and look at Betty Veronica just says that you resemble Julia Roberts.
Oh, thank you.
Uh-huh. How cute is that? I mean, weird, but okay. So anyway, cane Corsos are wonderful dogs. This one was totally unsocialized, and we're sitting in the living room about to do this sort of experiment about him just being out with all of us. And I remember you going, Jackson, don't lean over. Don't lean over. Don't make eye contact. Don't lean over. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, all of a sudden I'm like, because, you know, this dog's almost as big as me. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's...
You were right to be afraid. I mean, you were right to be afraid because he had went after... Because you know how the camera guys have to go in and like suss out the place,
right,
you know, beforehand. And he had gone after the cameramen before we went in. And they're like, hey, so no big deal. But dog attacked our cameraman.
Yeah.
And go.
And yeah. And he was, I mean, yeah. And he was, I mean, he was lovely. He just, the story was that the woman herself was scared of him. And scared of how he would be in public, so she never took him out. And he was 100% unsocialized in a very, very big, and I mean, Corsos aren't they? They're guard dogs, aren't they?
They're guardians, yeah. They're naturally protective for sure. So it's even more important for them.
Wait, what the hell was that?
This is Biscuit.
Oh my God! Look at Biscuit's ears. Is that your dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's keeping me company at work here because ain't nobody else here but me.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. So during this whole period, what's life been like over at Pack Prep?
Pandemic life, you mean?
Yeah.
You know, first of all, I have to give a shout out because a lot of our parents sort of stuck with us through the whole thing, whether their dogs were coming or not, and sort of financially supported us through it. We took a huge hit, but it definitely, you know, most of my friends are in the daycare industry, and our business is just something new. It's not the same as a daycare business, and you know, so my training company, Zoe's Dog Training, took a huge hit. All of the daycares in town took a huge hit. Pack Method Prep did end up taking a hit, but it took longer for that decrease to happen, which made it so that, you know, things got better. We didn't have to be in the slump for as long, and we are just now kind of scraping our way back out. But we are under 2 years old.
Right.
So that makes it harder because we were kind of just at the point where we were like ready to start really being successful, you know, as a new business. And then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Just kind of rips everything out from underneath. We survive off of turnover. So we have a high turnover here. We're not getting dogs and keeping them for life. We're getting dogs and keeping them for 6 to 9 months, and then they graduate.
Right.
And so we still had the dogs here. We were considered an essential business, but we weren't getting any new students. So every time there was a new kind of graduating class, we didn't have the students to refill that in.
But you're coming out of it.
We are coming out of it now. We applied for all the loans, you know. We're doing what we gotta.
San Diego, because I know the governor, just yesterday, didn't he just like reopen a bunch of things? What?
Yep. Yeah, restaurants are back open. I actually went and got a steak. Oh, you're going to hate that. God,
yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot about you.
I also got some really good... Oh, damn it. I was going to say I also got some really good mac and cheese. Shit, that doesn't work either. Hold on. I also had some really good asparagus.
Oh, sure. Yeah, great. Okay, nice going. Yeah, listen, you try. I know you try. But no, I mean, as long as it's starting to happen, that's great news for you. I mean, yeah, and again, if all you need to know about the two of us, I was working 2 shows and writing a book, and in the meantime, Zoe was getting ready to open up Pack Method Prep. Whether or not we got picked up for a second season or not, there was nothing that anybody could say that she wasn't going to open this place up. 2 kids, husband, a little overachiever. Yeah.
You know, I actually have here, this is one of the shirts that I wore in the show.
Oh, wait, I can't wait.
Wardrobe that I stole. And I was just thinking, like, it almost still fits.
You know what's so funny? Well, you got a step above me, because I have not just the quarantine 15, but then I had the back surgery 5 on top of the quarantine 15. So it's Jackson doesn't fit into nothing right now. But that shirt is so funny because we would make so much fun of it because at one point we both were wearing pretty much that, and we just totally looked like My Little House, like we were like about to like build a workbench.
You were a TV show, like 100%.
Yeah, we could have done it.
Every episode was like a new, like they didn't quite nail down any sort of specific style for me at all. Like if you watched it, first of all, guys, this was my first season of anything ever. And so I was just like the yes man from hell. Like I was just like, they were like, what do you want to wear? Whatever you want me to wear. Like, well, what kind of shoes are you comfortable with? I could do training in anything, you know, like. So,
that's how I wound up in bowling shirts for 5 years.
Right.
That's how people wind up in bowling shirts. But you also, for anybody who, once we start, we'll start taking a look at episodes here. But anybody who knows Zoe outside of the show knows that's her natural hair. Man, Zoe made the mistake during casting, right? During casting of straightening your hair one time, and that was the end of that.
I did. During casting, I was like, how do people look beautiful? And so I did my hair totally straight, and then they were like, this is who I want. Now, it could have, I could have sold this, I'm sure, but I just didn't have the confidence to like put that out there. But also, hold on, Jackson, because listen, because I straightened my hair, I told them, look, guys, do you have any idea how long this took?
Oh,
it takes
right.
45 minutes to do my makeup, and it takes me 2 hours to straighten my hair. I have naturally curly hair. If you want me to look like this, I'm going to need a makeup person.
That's true.
Every day. And I got one.
Yeah.
So if I had done this, I wouldn't have met Afton.
And nor would I have as incredible a mustache as I had, because if it wasn't for our makeup person, my mustache would have been like, so thank you, thank you.
Afton Williams was the makeup person. She's amazing.
Anyhow, let's start looking at some clips. Yeah. So now, if you don't know this, Zoe, what we did was we just put it out there to our viewers here and to see who wanted to see what. So we're going to go over to Discord and take a look at... now, of course, you and I have veto power here. Wait, Zoe can see it, but I can't.
Yeah, you can. You will. That's
it's so little.
Yeah, well, hold on. Don't do.
Oh, wait, don't click. Don't click, Jackson.
Yeah, I'll scroll.
So now, Zoe, of course, anybody who is on this stream, basically, I always know what's going to be a topic of conversation. And so far, we've got at least 4 or 5 different people screaming Esmeralda Beyonce here. So I think that was just a given.
Let's get into that. Oh,
is that the first one here? Wait, I still can't click.
I know. We're going to read what they say and then
But I can't see any of it. Or it's teeny tiny.
Okay, let me make it bigger for you. Hold on.
Teeny tiny. Tiny bubbles. Audio loop?
Yeah, so when we play this, I'm going to mute you guys.
Ah,
so
I see.
There will be, all right.
Okay, so now I have my...
No, still.
I don't have my mouse.
I'll do it.
Oh, you're doing it. All right, well, let's just start it then. Let's start with Jackson and Zoe visit a chaotic home with 5 out-of-control pets. Not pests, pets. All right, you're on.
Okay.
And I'm unmuting so they can hear.
There we go.
5 animals. 3 rescue dogs.
Start over here.
I have 5 animals. 3 rescue dogs, 2 rescue cats. They each come from pretty bad backgrounds. They're a lot to handle. My cats are terrified of my dogs because my dogs chase them, looking like they want to kill them. So I built my cats an entire cat sanctuary on the roof.
Here, we'll pause that there.
Okay.
Let me unmute Zoe. Okay.
I remember this one.
So do you? So the first thing I was just telling everybody, I don't know if you heard me before you came on. Of course, one of the first things that I remember from this whole damn thing was the heat. That's all I could remember.
It was so hot. That's so true. I had jackets in some of my outfits.
Oh God, it was awful.
I'm wearing a jacket in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did we clear something up? Oh my God, did you already clear this up?
What?
God, we did not fake this. They made us wear the same clothes when we came back. Did you already clear this up?
No, we have not talked about that at all. And long story, you guys, but yes, this was actually weeks apart. That we were not shooting, we were not block shooting this entire case in one day. It was a thing. We cleared it up, but yeah, it was a thing. But all I remember was I was just telling everybody beforehand about how when I was shooting that scene with her on the roof, and I have never been closer to heat stroke in my life, with like no sunscreen on my bald dome, and we're standing on that roof, and I had this image of myself falling off that roof unconscious. It was and our showrunner was pregnant and with morning sickness, sitting on the side of the house in Video Village with her feet in buckets of water, trying to like not overheat. It was at least 105 that day. It was
So
bad. Absurd. Okay, let's go back and see what's going on here. Oh, every time we do this, Taylor, you got to mute and unmute and.
Yeah.
All right,
So
let's go back in.
We can watch it without sound if that.
Well, let's get past the whole setup here.
Okay.
Let's go into, because this is a 7-minute clip, so.
Right. Yeah, we don't need to see the whole thing for sure.
What do you guys want to know about this?
Yeah, why don't you tell us, man? I mean, if you guys saw this.
Well, did you see the comment that she had? Kazi said. Can you see
like,
that?
What was that?
What is it?
Like what the person wrote.
Kaz wrote, I love this episode. I'm glad that Jackson and Zoe were able to help Cozy Cosette, Esmeralda Beyonce, that cat sanctuary on the roof of all places. Yeah, I mean, what I want to see is if we can jump about a minute, Taylor. Let's just jump about a minute in here.
All right, bear with me.
Because what I want to see is the actual scene when Esmeralda Beyonce took off like a little furry rocket into the neighborhood.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, that was good.
Little dogs, man. At least I know what I'm getting with pets.
Out of control.
Loud. How are you?
Zoe. Nice to meet you. I'm Tammy.
Tammy and Jackson.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Jackson and Zoe walked past the window and my dogs lunge at them like they were trying to break the glass to get at them. It's embarrassing.
Okay, wait, stop for a sec. Is this where you got bit? Wait, hold on.
Let me unmute Zoe.
Hold on, Zoe.
Hold on.
Okay, there you
Am I
are.
unmuted?
Didn't you get bit right off the bat?
I definitely got bit at this house. Someone was asking how many times I got bit on the show, and the answer is one time, and at this house.
I think it was the second I think it was the second we walked in.
It was the second they let the dogs out. So I don't know if the dogs are, I think they're like behind a gate, and then she lets them in, and the little scruffy guy just like came at my foot real hardcore.
Little scruffy guy. But I do remember, and this is what, and listen, and I'm saying this in all honesty, there were so many times I was so impressed with Zoe's skills, but one of them was this one, where she didn't react at all to getting bit and saved it until she was letting Tammy, was that her name, Tammy?
Yeah.
She was letting Tammy know that, hey, your dog just bit me. Just saving it up so that she can make a point, but you didn't react even, you didn't even say ouch. And he took a little chunk out of you. It wasn't a little bitty thing, even though he's a little bitty thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, you can't be reacting. I mean, it's not great drama for the show if you don't go, ah! But not
and that which you never ever did, which was such a blessing. But no, she was, the thing is, she was incredibly sweet. She really was. She was a really nice person, a little clearly overwhelmed, but she gave a crap about her dogs and her cats, so just had a little bit of a funny way of, So, all right, you want to move on a little bit? Let's just go. Taylor, can you move on to the middle of this thing? Because I want to get to some of this roof.
There we go. So,
I really I can't go on the ladder. Huh?
No.
Okay.
First of all, bandage.
Got it.
So sorry.
That's okay.
I cannot believe that the first thing that Zoe sees of my dogs is Pork Chop's mouth around her ankle. That was horrifying.
Okay. No cat's gone out. So I see a little black cat.
That's
Hello,
Beyonce.
little black cat.
Hi, Izzy.
oh.
Hi, sweetheart.
Can you
Hi.
skip over?
And where's our other? Happened today so far has been totally normal.
Oh, it's okay, honey.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, come here, come here.
Not happy.
There goes my cat. She up there? She's on the roof.
Watching the cats take off and disappearing into the neighborhood makes my heart pound. It's not just the fact that the cats escaped, it's the speed with which they escaped. That tells us that they're living in mortal fear 24/7.
I mean, I'm really...
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for Esmeralda Beyonce.
I know, me too. Me too.
Wait, was that Cozy Cosette that was disappearing? Wait a second.
I don't know. The cats are your job.
I don't remember. I have an echo going on.
Yeah.
So do I.
Hold on. Let me get it. Yeah. Come on.
So I got
Okay,
bit
got
in the
it.
ankle. You can really see it right there. But one of the dogs came at me immediately. It was for those of you that care about the actual, behavioral. This dog clearly had stranger danger, and it was a fear bite, 100%.
And again, just for anybody who thinks that we aren't actually working when we're doing this, you actually spent a bunch of time with these guys.
Yeah, we did extra work. I went over to her house on my own because I was like, we're never going to see progress because there's no way that I can, there's 3 dogs, 2 cats. There's, that would be like a 10 lesson deal in real life. You know what I mean? There's no way I can do this in 2-3 sessions. No way.
Yeah. I mean, and that's, another thing about losing a cat during filming. And for anybody who watches My Cat, you've seen it. That happens a few times where a cat disappears into the neighborhood. And it is truly a horrifying feeling because, again, everything you heard us say here, those cats just literally, they were shot out of a cannon. They were gone over the rooftops into this neighborhood in LA. And we just had to wait for them to come back,
They had a learned pathway, for sure. This is a run the sprint that they had done, every day.
Yeah.
They're
and
I know exactly where to go.
And I totally forgot about there was that little, there was the rooftop, and then there was the separate house, her little back house.
Yeah.
It was a real cluster. It was really. Oh wait, somebody has a question for you, Ms. Sandor. Wow, Kaz. Ms. Sandor, I do have a question for you. Do you find smaller breeds are harder to handle, or does it really depend on the dog?
It fully depends on the dog. But I do find there's two things that I think can make smaller dogs difficult to train. That's number one, you have to focus a little bit more to see the body language because they're smaller, period.
Right.
And so it's more difficult for the owner in that sense, because especially if they have a small aggressive dog, is because they have to be a lot more detail oriented to, have good timing. And then the other thing is, sad but true, many small dog owners let their dog's misbehavior go for longer because it's manageable by just picking them up,
That's
and
a great
so
point.
things get worse. That if that was a large dog with those behaviors, imagine if Pork Chop was a German Shepherd that bit me the second I walked in, like that, first of all, that wouldn't have happened. And probably mom would have had her dog on a leash because she would have known that was a possibility, versus with Pork Chop, they kind of let him get away with it a little bit because did I die? No.
Well, but that is, it's a really good point. And I'm sure, obviously, Zoe, you've dealt so much with like bully breed bias over and over and over and over again. And part of that is that we don't hear that, of course, people say, well, these dogs bite, they bite. We don't hear about the little dog bites because of exactly what you're talking about. They still bite just as often, if not more, right? I think that the highest bite comes from like,
Dachshund.
Is it dachshunds?
It was for a while.
I thought it was cockers.
Cockers are very bitey. Cockers are extremely bitey.
You just lit up.
Alphas actually bite quite a bit, but dachshunds bite a lot. Yeah. For sure.
Right. All right. So let's just skip to the end of this one. I just want to see what our. Oh wait, there. No wait, right there. Look at Zoe. Look at that still right there. What's on Zoe's mind right now is like, Jackson's a sucker. He's on the roof. It's 105 degrees. Look at it. She's just like, thank God I'm not the cat. I'm not the cat guy, because right now, look at me up there, man. That's all I could think about. I was dying. Okay, go ahead and play.
All right, hold on.
Here, Esmeralda Beyonce. Here, Boo Boo.
The ridiculousness of this situation. Tammy is screaming the cat's names,
Essie. Cozy Cosette.
trying to get them back to their safe place that they've just run away from.
Here, Esmeralda Beyonce. Here, Cozy Cosette. Here, Essie. You don't give up.
The fact that you are standing on your roof surrounded by cat stuff yelling Esmeralda Beyonce across the neighborhood, that's the new normal.
You haven't seen that before?
No, I gotta say it's a first. It's a first.
Well,
this is a new one on me.
People in my neighborhood are totally used to that.
It's usually right around our child's bedtime.
Right.
Just yelling for the cats.
All right.
Esmeralda
There we go. Oh, I forgot about those guys.
Yeah, that was the neighbor. I remember that.
I don't. You know why I don't remember that? I don't remember that because of heat stroke. I don't remember that because there was a blackout point when I was on that roof. You could see it. Plus, it was she, and again, loved her, but she did like to explain, and that explanation on the rooftop lasted a while, and yeah, it was. Okay.
I will say this. I know you want to jump to the next clip, but I will say this. I struggle a lot with my clients to get them to buy into the concept of management, because everybody wants to modify the behavior. Everybody wants to fix it and to change their dog, and not as many people are as willing to change their environment to decrease the triggers in their dog's life, right? This woman attempted to manage the situation. She didn't do any of the behavior modification, so she did the exact opposite. But she really did attempt to completely use management. She's like, well, my dogs are maniacs. I'm not going to give them up. and I don't know how to train them. So let me try to create as badly as she did, an alternative for my cats.
Yeah, Jacob Bite RI was saying, were you guys annoyed with the owners not doing their homework? You guys seem frustrated.
Most of them did.
Yeah, and this is the oldest story in the book as far as my experience is that, you would think that the fact that you're on TV and that potentially like 1 million or 2 million people could be watching you at any given time, and somehow you don't do the homework that we assign to you is so ridiculous. But so many people do it. But it's not that she couldn't do it. She was one of the better people. She had absolute, Tammy, she had like a lot of commitment, didn't she? I mean, she didn't.
She did. She made huge progress. I do remember, I 100% remember the progress that she made. It was big.
Yeah. I mean, the frustration was just, I think my frustration, if you're seeing frustration at that moment from me, it was literally just because I would have rather been out in the neighborhood chasing the cat as opposed to standing on the roof, chucking her furniture off it. But, priorities, man. All right. Let us move on to our next case here. So Paige T says, I enjoy watching this episode. It was just crazy how they thought the heavy chain... Oh, this one. Oh, this one. All right. So now... I don't even know where to start with this one. Let's just do the very beginning of it.
Okay.
And then we'll skip because God, there was so much.
All right.
I brought Unique to Silver Rose Ranch so she could learn how to co-parent Girly. Good job! Terrence has this ability to control Girly just because he has testosterone. Unique doesn't have that superpower. To help with that, I want her to understand her as a herding dog. Wait, actually, hold on. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about this chain. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy.
I know, but she's a big dog.
Before we can even get started, all I see is her massive chain around her neck. I'm floored. The only time I ever recommend a chain is if we have a puppy that's chewing on the leash. Okay. And at that point, the chain is significantly smaller than this.
Now we have to pause.
Why did we make this choice?
We have to keep pausing for the sake of YouTube here because they get mad if we go any longer than this. But I love how, again, one of the things I just loved about Zoe was you had no back down to you. Like it just, you wouldn't stop poking at her until she finally said, like, or no, it was Terrence that was like finally like, it's a real manly look on him or her. It's a real like.
Was one of the most confusing. I was legitimately confused. The moment you're gonna see in the car, where she was saying it's too tight, you're gonna get to that point. I know, but I was legitimately confused, and I do want to
remember that part.
This was one of my favorite families, and Unique. I straight up was like, give this girl a show.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I wanted her to have a show. I was like, this girl needs a show. I don't know what it's going to be about. It could just be called The Unique Show. But she was pure comedy, pure entertainment. Like, I enjoyed every fucking second.
She made me so uncomfortable the first day because she was a little weird on me, man. And
she was a fangirl. She was a fangirl of Jackson's for sure.
But it was in a way that was.
Did they have cats
like,
too?
She would do this kind of like, if it was like an E show, like you would see twinkles in her, and it was just so, her man is standing right there, man. It was not along with her dog.
Raise your hand in the comments if that's exactly how you would act if you were on a show with Jackson.
Oh, please.
Let me see
Shut
it.
up, Sandor.
Let me
So,
see it.
No, you're just gonna have
by the
flood
way,
everybody.
somebody knows you here. The person who said that who had a question said hi to you, and that it was Ike's mom.
Oh, hi. Ike is a student. Ike is a student here at Pack Method Prep.
Well,
Oh,
there
thanks
you
for
go.
joining.
That was the last person who asked the question before.
And
So-
just so you know, there are more than one people on here that know me. I like how you're like, one person in the 500 know you. Also, shout out to Game of Danes. Hopefully, we'll get to your episode today.
Dane?
Game of Danes. I don't know if you're still.
Oh, that's right.
He was lovely.
Oh, I gotta find that picture. There is a picture that I have to find of you with one of those Danes.
Oh, there he is.
Who is?
Game of Danes. She just said, "What's up?"
Oh, well, there you go. Wait, now let's get back here. Come back here because you were scanning. So
Yeah, I found
is
the
it
car
in the
scene.
car?
Yeah.
All right, I don't remember.
Which part? Oh, the car. You don't remember that? That was the part that really blew my mind. I was like, "Have I lost my mind? Like,
Well,
what?"
I don't remember. I do vaguely remember you coming back.
The dog actually wasn't shocking to me because I've just seen it all, and I know that people do weird things. It was the part in the car that really was like, are we having the same conversation?
I just remember you coming back and
Well, because you weren't there.
no,
You would have lost your mind.
yeah, no, and I think I remember you saying that to me, but I was sleeping. I don't know. All right, all right, go
I'm just
ahead.
gonna picture Jackson just sleeping during this scene.
The whole time. Yeah. And I think Zoe will acknowledge that I am the king of the power nap.
Okay.
I can fall asleep anytime, any place, and I can wake up in 15 minutes and be just like a daisy for another 15 minutes, and then I'll need another daisy nap.
Everyone. If I was on a show with Jackson, I'd probably cry or trip up or stutter.
Oh, shut up. Okay.
Probably just be feeling stupid if I met him with my cat.
Can you not mute Zoe?
Oh, I can.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, let's go.
Oh my god, look, you made me all red.
All right, here we go.
And big chains. Ever since I've been around Terrence, and ever since Terrence has had Girly, this is her chain. She wears a big
It's right
chain
after
around
this.
her neck.
Okay, so we gotta get our new leash. Let me show you, okay?
So you gotta make that a little bigger.
Well, I'm
It's
gonna
still
now
a little
that
snug. Her neck
Look
is
at
big.
this. Look at my hand.
Look
My
at her
hand
neck,
can go
though.
right in. This is something you're just gonna have to trust me on.
That collar looks terrible.
What are you? This is the right size for her, and she is going to slip out of this if we make it bigger.
She's uncomfortable.
She's not uncomfortable.
Yes, she is.
Well, look at her. Look at her. What you think she?
Chain back on.
You think she looks
We need
uncomfortable?
a rewind chain. She's a tough dog. So no way am I gonna humiliate her in that skinny looking chain that's so tight on her neck. She looks terrible, okay, with a capital T.
I cannot put that chain back on her. That chain is way too heavy for her.
But the girl
So-
just looks so comfortable, Maria. Look,
she
she's
doesn't, though.
Forget the cameras. This
I
is
know,
okay.
I
This is
know.
my dog. She looks uncomfortable.
But I don't think
Zoe-
she does, Unique.
Okay, so look.
Let's be real. I don't
Look
think
at
she
this.
does.
This is like a little
Look,
snug.
you just slipped your hand under there. Don't act like you had to force
but
it.
it's
Look at
just-
that.
Right, but it's
Look at
look
that.
her hand there. Look how long
It's a necklace. I cannot make it any looser. She will slip out.
So
I
you're
just
telling me
can't.
this is how it's supposed to look with that collar.
Yeah. Every time. Every time.
After wanting to walk off the ranch and call it quits, I just came to the conclusion that, you know what? I'm so adamant about fixing this problem in my household. You know, I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, let's try this.
Come on, let's go, girl. Let's go. Good girl. Yay!
All right, that's fine.
I had to walk away. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
If you don't know this woman, I don't mean Unique. I mean this one. That is 1,000% Zoe. She's not acting. She's not being TV Zoe in any way, shape, or form. That's Zoe. She's just like she will just not let this woman off the chain. It was so. Now I remember. I remember you coming back and taking me blow by blow through what had just happened, and you had that exact thing. You were like, I am so confused right now.
This truly was one of the realest moments of the show, because what what's difficult sometimes is that, you know, these people have never been on TV. I had never been on TV, obviously, but at this point I had been for a minute. And these people can't help but sort of be self-conscious, and they kind of act a little bit. They don't know how to act, and they're not truly being themselves. In that moment, she was 100%, like, she was like, she did not see the cameras. Her and I were having a legit conversation about what was going, like, she was afraid in that moment. Like, there was fear in Unique's face. That's what confused me the most, is I was like, oh my God, like, she is sincerely afraid that her dog will break out of this.
And I think that she was also, I mean, there was a real thing with her and with Terrence about the chain. It was a real battle. It was a battle the entire time. I totally remember that it was just, there was no getting around it. First they would say, well, this is the only way to control her. And then if it wasn't that, it was, well, we want her to feel a little tougher. And if it wasn't that, it was something, it would just never end. And by the way, she was an adorable, wonderful dog. She was such a wonderful dog.
She was the best.
A little prey-driven, but, you know. But hey, you know.
She was the best. She was the best, absolutely the best. And I would say too, like, a lot of people have a lot of hate for people that on this show that don't know. But you just people don't know, right? And they don't know until they know. And all we can do is try to educate and have compassion for people trying to learn. And they were trying to fix this problem with their dog, and this thing with the chain, I do think that a lot of people are saying, like, oh, that's something like it's self-absorbed or whatever. I didn't get that. This was something they truly believed. Like, they had, almost like this had been taught from generations and generations, you know, like, it wasn't like they were like, it just didn't feel that way. It felt stronger than that. It felt like something that was fully ingrained.
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, listen, TV is not magic. And, although, you know, I obviously in some shows, but not this one, because you can tell when you're really hurting someone's feelings. You can tell when you're really digging into a place where they don't want to be dug. But the honest to God truth is that if we don't dig and we don't poke, then, you know, this is family. And family is for everybody, a sacred place. And when strangers come in the house and they start poking, things happen. I don't know if anybody, God, wait, we didn't see any of Terrence. Can we just?
Yeah, do you want to go to, like,
yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when Jackson gets to see the chain, I think. Yeah.
Oh, really? This is that place?
Yeah, this is when Jackson gets to see the chain.
Okay, cool.
Right there is not the business for the Rottweiler.
Why?
She's so big that I want chains. I put a chain on her.
Yes,
right?
I
But look,
did see
let me
the
tell you.
chain. Wait, I'm sorry. Can you show me the chain? Show us the chain. Show me the chain. Jackson never saw it. Look. Hold this.
I'm holding it, man. Dude. I've never seen anything like this before.
You put this on her neck right now.
No, don't put that on her.
It doesn't bother her.
She's not gonna be. She's not gonna be tripping off this.
Wait,
Let's
no,
put this
wait,
on
hold
there.
on.
It's visible on her.
Look. What makes you think this is the right size collar for a dog?
Well, you know, this would be the right size.
Okay, so
Wait, can you rewind go back about 15 seconds.
I'm holding it,
Okay,
man.
now watch this.
Dude.
I've never seen anything like this before.
You put this on her neck right now.
No, don't put that on her.
It doesn't bother her.
She's not gonna be.
Pause.
She's not gonna be tripping off this.
wait, no,
Okay,
wait,
okay.
hold on.
It's visible on her.
Okay,
Okay,
there's that moment.
Wait. It's gonna be echo.
Okay, so there's this moment right there where you see exactly the dynamic between the two of us. Zoe moves in to Terrence. Jackson turns away. Jackson is like, I'm done. And so he's like, we're gonna talk right now. It was just so funny, man. 'Cause, yeah, right there.
Yeah,
You can see, like, look at the body postures there. Jackson is so like, I'm really uncomfortable right now, and
God, I just truly loved this couple. It was something about their realness. They were just unabashedly themselves, and that is so important to us being able to like make any difference. Like I just love them so much, and you can see like when Terrence is saying, this isn't going to bother Girly, you know, and he's putting the chain on her. Actually, I don't think Girly was bothered by the chain. Like, I'm not going to pretend like it was bothering her when it wasn't. It wasn't. But do I think there's potential for long-term damage if she continues to wear it? Yeah, like she was the most chill dog ever. She was clearly desensitized to a lot, you know, like she was what we would call sort of, just not sensitive, right? She could handle whatever. She was chill. But nonetheless, was it necessary? No. Was it appropriate? I'm gonna say no to that.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I think I can't say it any better than Zoe just did. I think that if we can't go into every home that we go into without an explicit sense of, number one, wanting to help, number two, just a little bit of empathy, then there's really no reason. There's no reason to walk in there in the first place. Just, you know, yes, obviously we want to help the animals, but you don't work. I think that there's a real, what's the word I'm looking for? Like mistake that people make, that when they think of people who work with animals as being people who hate people. And it's not the truth.
I really like that you brought that up because I fucking love people. Like, like, you know how they make jokes? I get, maybe you can't curse on your show, but too bad.
You can, it's fine.
Okay, but you know how they have all those memes going on, or they did at least, about all of the extroverts that were just like suffering right now because they have no people? That's like me when I cannot talk to human beings. Like I am the most extroverted introvert ever. Like, do I want to socialize? No. But do I want to teach? Hell yes. I love teaching people. I love the look in their face when they learn something. It's just, for me, so simple. I've been doing this forever, and for them changes their whole world. Like, it makes me feel like I'm making a difference. I love people. I love it.
Yeah, and I think, I can only think of, one, right? There was one, and that one.
Could it be in here?
Well, I think it was our final. Let me see which.
That one?
Which one is it? Wait.
The one where we fired them as clients?
yeah, that one.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the one. Let's go there. Because I think we don't have time to go through much more, but this is the one, you guys. And again, please do not think for a hot second that not a damn thing that we do is scripted. This, we'll get to. Yeah.
I do want to say one thing that Zoe said about. I think it's important because this is what I've learned the most, like since working with you in an animal world, about that you don't know until you know thing. And the last clip was a perfect example where they were they were confident, and they weren't hurting the dog at that moment, but they didn't look at it in a bigger picture type thing. And I think with every other like thing where everybody thinks they're an expert, it's like with animals it's so extreme with people. It's like, for instance, everybody has a phone, but nobody thinks they're an expert at phones.
Right.
Like, but everybody has an animal, but everybody thinks they're an expert at their own animal. I think Jessica told me that, and so that's how when I talk to your people and your fans and we tour and stuff, like I keep that in mind. I'm like, this person thinks, like when they're asking me a question or whatever, like, and it's understandable. They grew up with animals, and I think that's how they've had four cats or 3 dogs.
People don't like to be challenged. Period.
Yeah.
People, I mean, and again, it's no different than if with your human children. You don't want to be, you don't want to infer that you're a bad parent.
Right.
But yeah, I can't. This, honest to God. Okay, let's just watch the beginning of this. I don't even know. I've never seen any of this, by the way.
Well, I want to just last thing. I want to just say that I think what's important to me is that these people, no matter how psycho they look on the show, and like, no matter how many mistakes they made with their dog, they put themselves out there. they said they volunteered for this. Like they said, hey, I don't know everything, or else they wouldn't have volunteered.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what
well
I mean?
intentioned for sure.
Everyone gets a lot of hate where they're just like, oh my God, look at these horrible people. And I never feel that way, even no matter how many mistakes somebody makes, like because they're not doing it intentionally. They don't know any better.
Until they do. See, and that's the thing. And that's this story. That's this story right here.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Let's yeah.
All right.
Hey, Shayna, love bug. So we're heading in for our first check-in with Susan and Ken. Hey guys.
Hi guys. How are you? Good to see you.
We haven't seen these guys for like a month, so a lot of progress could have been made by now. We've actually seen some updates that look really promising.
Hey Jackson, we got Shayna and Lovebug a brand new cat treat, which they really love. They've become very comfortable in there. That's their home.
So, I'm feeling really good right now. One of the big assignments I had anyway was the cat agility course.
Now I can remember how I did this. Woo-hoo, voila. It might be better if I had not opened that up first.
My goodness, look at this.
This is 2 chairs back to back, a suitcase,
I see.
and then
All right, give me 1 second.
This is before. Oh, sorry.
This was the funniest thing to have, like, because I wasn't there for this, and I was there, but like, we talked to each other afterwards, and I was like, is that like normal? Like that? Because I don't know, guys, I didn't know anything about cats. Like,
it's true.
A hard nothing coming into the show.
Yeah.
Like hard nothing. And so I'm like, Jesus, like, is this what you meant?
Yeah.
Were they trying to impress you? Or
What?
Was this normal in their house, building that course?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
It was an assignment, but it was just a weird interpretation.
Exactly. So basically the way she put it together, and let's face it, I mean, in thinking about it, she put it together like it felt like one of those like, damn it, I forgot about the homework. And then it was like, roll the camera, and she's just sticking stuff together. But it was basically like, there was no way this was ever going to be tenable. The cats would never use it. You can't get into your kitchen. Like there was no way to yeah. It was. But let's skip about halfway through this whole thing. I want to get towards the end of this.
Jackson too, like, man, so I know you're talking a lot about how like she just gets in there and she just said, when it's cat related, you don't fuck around. Like I was like, oh, she tried, and you're like, what? The cat could fall off of here. Like, I was like, God. Okay.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't. I mean, yeah, there comes that moment. All right, so where are we here?
We'll start with this homework.
All right, we're trying to get to. So let me just catch you guys up here just for a second. So the bottom line was this: we had a wait, what?
Sorry, I forgot the dog's name. Sugar or something? Sweetie or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. All I can tell you guys is this: it was a truly dangerous thing that was going on there, and this is really where I felt like, I don't know about you, I felt like in terms of us working together, this was the best example of like where it could have gone from here. Like if the show were to continue, this was a great jumping off point, because at this point we were kind of working out of one head and knowing what the other one was capable of, and knowing, because this kind of exercise that we were doing, remember that whole thing where like I had to absolutely trust that Zoe was going to control this dog, because she would have eaten these cats. I just eaten them.
This doggy wasn't messing around. This was really the only one actually that we saw that was seriously not messing around, was likely to cause damage. And there was some surprising things that happened, like when they accidentally let their dog out and the dog got together with the cats and there was no damage. That was very surprising to me. And I don't know if this dog was just scrambling and slipping and sliding on the bathroom floor and couldn't get a good hold, or, you know, if this dog wasn't as intent to destroy as she seemed. But
and there was also, I mean, there was definite again, you know, you put the human thing together with the animal thing. I mean, this couple was, you know, they were going through their own stuff, and he didn't live. He only he lived down south a little bit. I mean, there was a lot going on. But the end of this, which is I think where we're probably getting to, I think we can probably watch the last minute of this and see where it goes. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
In the world, they chose not to embrace the work. There's nothing we can do about that. Clearly, what's been lacking is consistency. We're not getting follow through. And that, coupled with what happened, makes me incredibly nervous. Listen, guys, I don't really know what more we can say, except that we're kind of disappointed. We don't know what it is that you want out of this process. We know what we want. We want to see these cats and this dog getting along. You're not getting there.
You can't go from having Pookie here, you know, once every month to suddenly moving in together. And we know that that's a goal of yours. And I am having a hard time seeing how that's going to happen. Here is the hard truth about the whole thing, guys. We do not feel that these animals can be fully integrated. But it's not because of the animals. It's because of you guys.
We'll keep working at things and hopefully report some success later on.
That's all the clip was.
There's like a bear waving to us. Bye-bye, you guys. Anyway, that's amazing to me. That's not really how it ended. I don't really remember, but
so I do.
We mellowed it, didn't we?
That they were really upset. They were really upset. She was especially upset. But do you remember this? Not to like poke fun or anything, but what made this especially like what? It like she this woman, bless her soul, stayed up all night the night before our last episode, creating doing a craft to give to us.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Present instead of doing her homework.
Right.
And that was something that almost just solidified our decision, was just you're not getting
literally
it.
Not getting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean I in all of the years that I've been doing this, and I feel terrible that Zoe had to be put in that position their first go around here, but to have to fire your client, to have to say, we are out of here, we're done, we cannot be held responsible for the death of these cats, which was going to happen, I think. Somebody was going to get badly hurt. So, yeah, that's the way I mean, and of course, who wants to be that client on TV who got fired by the people who were sent to help them? So,
I don't know about you, but I've only had to do this maybe twice in my entire career. So it doesn't happen very often that I have to say clearly we're not the right fit because I am not getting through to you right now. You know, so it's odd to me that in one season, in whatever episodes, what do you have, 6 episodes or something like that we would have one of those situations.
I think I can think of twice in my career, maybe 3 times, but once I had to call the cops, meaning that it was such an unsafe environment and kind of a hoardy environment and whatever, that I had to have a welfare check done. Number 2 was on my cat, where I tricked the guardians into giving me the cat because it just wasn't safe. And number 3 was just another time where but
if you include getting them to rehome or relinquish their dog, I'm gonna have to massively increase that number.
Yeah, no, but and I don't think Yeah, I think all in all, the guy in this story was not in any way invested, and his dog was,
Yeah.
you know, as sweet as she was, man, she was just not meant to be with these
Yeah.
cats, you know.
He thought everything was a huge joke. I am so curious. Anybody know this couple? Are they still together?
Somebody just asked you that, or us. Somebody
I
just
don't know,
asked
man.
us. No.
I want to know, but I just think no. There's just no way.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see it.
I all I know is this, that let me ask you this. Do you think that if he had put all the work into it, that she could have lived with cats?
I can never say no to that, because I was just talking, here's a shameless plug for you. I was just talking to my colleague about this the other day on my live show called Raised by Dogs _live on Instagram.
Links in the chat.
Where is it?
Links in the chat.
Links in the chat.
We go live every week, multiple times a week, and talk about dog stuff. It's all about dog stuff. But we were just talking about how even in the cases where we are like 99% sure, we're like, we've seen this all before. We've seen a pattern of this exact situation play out, and it never works. Even if I'm like, I know this is not going to work out, I am not going to pretend like I can see the future. If you want to put the work in and we can do that in a safe way, I'm not going to tell you not to. Let's try it, because this could be the situation where it does work out, because it could. It really could.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think either one of us was happy walking away from it. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it our final day? That was our last day.
Yep.
Damn.
Jackson, I don't think I ever told you this. But I know I keep telling you I knew nothing about cats, and it's true, I didn't. But way before this show, I did an introduction between a husky and a cat. And it was this was way before. I wasn't even on my own yet. I was still mentoring under someone. And I got this private client. It was a husky and a cat. And this husky was like really intense with this cat. Really intense. It was brand new cat, young husky. And we put in, and I thought to myself, hell no, there's no way. This is never going to work. The dog was obsessed with like sniffing under the door. How did I never remember this? Anyways, obsessed, right? I was like, it's never going to work. And so I put in all the work, and she really wanted to make it work. We did the whole thing. We did we didn't do anything with the cat because I didn't know anything about cats. So there was nothing with the cat. We did it all with the dog. We did desensitization. We taught a leave it. We did that whole thing, right? And then it came to the point where she had done all the work, and this dog was doing really well, and it was time to allow a nose to nose. It was time. And we weren't going to do it without a leash on. And I panicked, and I was like, I can't do it. I don't know enough. And I called my mentor in, and she came in for the lesson, and she did the intro, which, by the way, is exactly how it should be. If you're not experienced enough, don't fucking do it. And it was amazing. It was amazing. She did the intro. It went really, really well. And this owner put in a tremendous amount of work over months to make it happen. And they were great for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I believe it, man. I know that. And again, I think at the end of the day, look, neither one of us was psyched to leave the house like this. Again, I'm telling you, this was our final day of filming, and with no guarantee that the show would ever be back. So, and it was not the kind of way you want to end things. You want to end it on a success. And
Definitely.
yeah, I mean, but I think our greatest disappointment.
Couldn't we have gone out on a win? Like, thanks for scheduling this loser.
Oh my God. And it was just, I mean, and I think we both knew that it wasn't going to end well because these guys had disappointed us over and over, so we knew that the chances were low. But the root of the disappointment was because not knowing, could this have worked? Could we have made this happen?
Right.
Just that alone it's neither one of us. I think one thing that we know about, the other at this point. Is I think we both know that the other one is like, we'll just keep doing it until like we get an answer. Like you just keep pushing until you get an answer, you know?
If the owner was into it, if they were committed, we would have definitely just kept, we would have been like, okay, you want to try to make this work? Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we would have been there. We both worked with clients way into the night as long as they were happy to do it, you know? Yeah. So, all right, we are going to have to, we will have to, you know what? Don't leave. Give me 2 minutes. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up because we'll have to do our giveaway and call it a day over here. Mm-hmm. So can you hang for another minute? I think
me?
Yeah, you. Well, you think I'm asking the general you out there, the world? Can you wait, world?
This is what I see. Everybody, this is what I see. Can you hang?
I thought all right, smartass. We'll be back in a minute with Zoe, smartass, Sandor, and we'll say goodbye. Okay. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Here with my little fart machine.
Not Zoe.
Not Zoe. Not Zoe. No. But my big boy, Pasha, who Zoe has worked with personally. But I don't know what the hell he ate, but whatever it is just fogging up the cat cave right now. So anyhow, we are back. We're gonna wrap this up. I could do this for 3 days. I had so much fun, and actually Zoe and I haven't really sat and revisited any of this stuff. I don't think since, right? I don't, and I honestly don't remember once stuff is out, meaning once we're out of post-production and whatever. I tend to just let it slip off into the ether. So it is really fun to go back and look at some of these things. And like I said, I could do this all day. Ma'am?
Yep.
So we were just saying this during the break. And we are seeing a lot of folks ask dog questions here. One thing I did want to say, because Zoe, you had said this like 3 different times about not knowing cats and being. I don't think everybody realizes how insanely allergic you are.
Oh yeah.
No. A lot of people say they're allergic to cats, but there was this one episode. Of course, I'm forgetting her name, but where I was taking the cats through a play session, and Zoe was standing right there, and you got scratched on accident, remember? On your foot?
With the Frenchie. French toast.
French toast, baby. And your foot just turned into a war zone. I have not seen that much allergic. So for anybody who goes, oh, well, I can't believe, blah, 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 blah. No. We're talking like serious allergies. So you didn't even exist all that well in my house, did you? You did okay.
Your house is okay because I literally cannot exist in a house that has carpeting and cats. Wall-to-wall carpeting. Like those, it's a guaranteed asthma attack. I have about 30, maybe 40 minutes, and then it will be an asthma attack. But if it's like hardwood, and if the couch is leather, which I thought yours was.
No.
Yeah. Then you're right. I probably did. I can't do it if it's there. If I'm sitting on a piece of fabric that cats are on.
Well, and we also, knowing you were coming, we went berserk trying to, get the place ready to go. So just so people, and now,
I was going to share.
Oh, not your username. No, it was not a cat named French Toast. It was a dog named French Toast.
Yeah.
French Toast, the Frenchie, and I don't remember the cats' names, but that was also. Oh, that was another one. That was that one where she went to town on me.
Oh yeah, that one was funny.
Shut up! God, you're such a sadist. Here, and all I can tell you is that
I wanted to talk to you, and then I was like, huh, and I pushed you out the door.
No, but the thing was, I was like, and I remember telling our showrunner that this is how I work, man. When people want to talk to me off camera, and we want to have a little bit of, where I'm going to like rerun the homework for you before I leave, make sure you're taken care of. This is what I do. And within 3 minutes, this person was ripping me a new one. And of course, then there's a camera in there because, but man, she just really went to town on me. And it went on for an hour before I got pulled out of there. It never happened. So yeah, that was that. Yes. Yeah.
This was also the house where Jackson fell asleep while I was talking.
That is true. That is true. Well, that's because, can I just say, and again, one of our first ones, your lesson went on for like 45 minutes, and I'm sitting there, and of course, the aforementioned book, I was so tired. And yeah, no, I nodded off. You could see me in the background. Of course, I think I cut it out. But you could see me in the background just like doing this thing in the back. But it was hot, and it was just
excuses for days is what we got here.
Anyhow, so Zoe, what I was saying was that there are a ton of people who are asking dog questions. So you have something going on where people can ask those questions.
Yeah, I actually just started a few weeks ago. Officially, I'm calling it a podcast, but because we can't be with each other right now, it's really just a live show on Instagram. So if you go to @raisedbydogs_live on Instagram, that's our page. It's me, a friend of mine that she specializes in canine socialization. She owns a daycare here in town. And then another friend of mine that specializes in canine nutrition. So between the three of us, we can answer any question that you have about dogs. And we go live constantly, like almost every day. So on Monday, we've been doing some Q&As. So this week we're doing the same thing. So on Monday, you can have a Q&A with me. You send in all your questions in advance. I spend an hour answering questions. And then, and it's live, so you can come on and say hi. And throughout the week, you can have access to the socialization expert, the nutrition expert, and, come hang out.
Right on. And for anybody who lives in the San Diego area, Check
this place out.
Check that place out, you guys. And like I said, I can vouch as best I can because I'm not a dog trainer person. But man, I'll tell you what, Zoe just she got away, man. She got away with the dogs. Like I said, she came to my house, worked with my crazy bunch of kids, man. And
that was a joy. That was a joy. Talk about a long lesson.
Yeah, it was. It was a whole weekend. But I mean, we had so much stuff going on, man. We had so much stuff. But and Pasha was one of those stuffs, and he's doing so much better, man. His digestive system notwithstanding. So thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Zoe.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
It was.
Anytime.
And I'm sure we only live like a couple hours apart. It's kind of silly. We will see each other soon.
Someday.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
That was fun. That was a ton of fun. Really, I fully enjoy her presence, the time we spend together. Honestly, if you think about it, think about most shows that you see on TV. There's usually somebody that the host gets to bounce ideas off of and talk to and whatever. And not me. I am used to being by my lonesome. And so it wasn't a guaranteed situation. The two of us were actually going to be able to work well together. We're both very strong personalities. But it was cases like the aforementioned one where we had to fire our clients, where you are putting your reputation in someone else's hands because of the kind of experiments that we would have to do, and that's where you figure out if you can trust somebody. And honestly, she has my absolute trust. And like I said, she worked with my dogs and did an amazing job. So there you go. And that was a ton of fun. And for anybody who wants to, I don't know if it's full. Yeah, you can see full episodes of Cat vs. Dog on Animal Planet Go. And by the way, that's where you can also see full episodes of My Cat from Hell. Now, let's talk My Cat from Hell real quickly. So for anybody who was not there last week when we made our big announcement, the big announcement was that My Cat from Hell is coming back for a special on July 11th. We put out the call for casting, and we have officially cast our show. Now, that is for the hell cats, so to speak. So the ones where we're going into people's houses and working with their cats. When it comes to the heavenly cats, we are still looking for some stories. And here's what I'm looking for still, is looking for stories of things that have happened during this COVID crisis, where people have stepped up, where I'm just sort of everyday heroes, people who have just stepped up and done their thing. cats who have changed people's lives, and it's really because when you think about it, and you flash back to the beginning of this crisis when I was putting out the call for you guys to foster, and I wasn't alone, obviously, and how many people stepped up. That's really what has happened. So any story like that would be great. So I believe there is a casting link, Taylor?
Yeah, on YouTube it's having some issues, but I'm fixing it right now. But it's in the description on YouTube, right, as we speak.
Okay.
It's definitely in the description. But
it'll be coming your way, you guys.
Okay, got it. So now it works on YouTube. So exclamation point casting.
Do what?
Exclamation point casting.
Exclamation point casting. Go to exclamation point casting. Now, don't forget, you guys. I mean, this is really by the moment. So this is to say, within the next couple of days, everything will be settled, and we will be shooting, and we will be finding these heavenly places. So if you got anything, please don't think it's silly. If you got anything, if you've got a kid in your neighborhood who took up a food drive, if you've got a family who started fostering and then fostered some more and then got involved, whatever it is, send it our way, and we'll decide if it's something that we can use or not. And once again, you guys, July 11th at 10 p.m. That's what we're looking at right now. For the special My Cat from Hell. I'm fully excited, jazzed, stoked, whatever you want to call it. We're just getting back into it again. It's been a long time, man. It's been the last time we were shooting, I believe we were just talking about it the other night. I think it was a solid 18 months ago, if not a little longer, that we were actually shooting anything that was My Cat from Hell related. And don't forget, this is not your normal My Cat from Hell. This is done basically what you see me sitting in right here. We're going to be doing some shooting here. The rest of it will be in my house, and so yes, you guys will get to see a little bit of my world over there, and then the folks who will be on the show, they'll be shooting in their houses, and I will be watching them, and we'll be working together in a much more accelerated way than you're used to seeing on My Cat. I mean, think about it. On My Cat, usually, my process would take somewhere between 5 and 6 weeks. And we have, I don't know, maybe 2 to get things done in these homes. So it's going to be a whole other ball of cat wax, and we'll see what happens. But I'm really, really excited. And there you go. So that is about what we got going on. Now, a couple of things. Let's get cracking here on our giveaway. If you have not already signed up for the giveaway, please do it this moment, because we're going to be wrapping in a few minutes. And also, I didn't clarify this before. So the special is our pill masker. We have a sale going on the pill masker happening right here. And honestly, you guys, if you haven't used it, don't forget, I don't put my name in my face, especially on something that doesn't work marvelously. And I actually use this stuff as a training treat for the dogs and for some of the cats, because they really do dig it.
Show it
yeah, here you go. Sorry, I'm just juggling it around. And it's a nice little, is it open? Yeah, it is. Little mushy substance in here.
Smells pretty good.
Well, if you like meaty smelling stuff, which, not me, but clearly, but Pasha likes it. Pasha likes something that he shouldn't have liked, because, again, it's not a good day. Is pill masker safe for IBD cats? That's a cat-to-cat thing. Honestly, IBD is such a mysterious thing. For you guys who don't know what IBD is, irritable bowel disease, or IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, we tend to use that sort of thing to put in a lot of things that we don't know what's going on with a cat's insides, and it can't be diagnosed any other way. June is asking if I still work with Dr. Hovey. Well, that's a very interesting question. Dr. Gene Hovey was the person who originally started what was Spirit Essences and now is the Jackson Galaxy Solutions. She was in business for a couple of years, starting I think in '95 before I joined, and we formulated all of these solutions, all of these recipes we did together. We gathered up essences from all over the world together, and we started a business called Little Big Cat together. She allowed me to step out from the animal shelter because I just didn't feel, I didn't have the confidence to do it. And by having a vet to work alongside where she could do body, I could do mind, really allowed me to do exactly what I'm doing right now. So if it wasn't for Gene Hovey, I would not be here. I think that that's not an understatement. And she's still around. She's doing great. We don't talk enough, but you know. Jamie Friend 12, the rooster is doing dandy, although he has started cock-a-doodle-doing, and that was our nightmare, and he is doing it. And but we have somewhat, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, my words today. We have integrated all of the chickens to a certain degree. So the two girls and him can be together. Obviously, we cannot do it unsupervised because he's a boy, and he's just becoming a boy. He's becoming a boy, and his voice is changing. He does sound like a boy whose voice is changing, because he'll be like, peepity peep 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 cock-a-doodle-doo.
Clip that, somebody.
But yeah, that's our boy. Anyway, yeah, rooster hormones, man. And no, but you know, Minu is God. She's so in love with him, and I love him too. But let's face it, man. Just as much as Pasha is my boy, and she loves Pasha as much as I do, but I'm a little more like my heart beats for him sometimes. Oh, well, there's Mushka. There's the Mushka picture coming out of her grooming the other day, looking like Minnie Mouse. God, our baby. Yes, oh my God, Suze871. That's exactly right. Just like Peter Brady. Yes, just like Peter Brady. You don't know Brady Bunch?
From Brady Bunch, yeah.
But he had an episode where his voice was changing.
Oh, that's
and I don't remember what there was a term he was doing. Like maybe he was, they were singing, because the Brady Bunch had a singing group or something. Yeah. And all of a sudden he couldn't sing his parts anymore because he'd be like, dum dee dum dee dum, you know, like. And so yes, that's our little rooster boy is doing that as well. And yes, I am not revealing his name quite yet. But anyway, yeah, you guys, time to change. Suze871, time to change. That was the name of the song. That was freaking hilarious, man. Anyway, so what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say that, yes, to a certain degree, you guys, we will... The Ginger Squad just said, soon he will get his bar mitzvah mustache. Oh, no, you did not. Oh my God, that just made me tear up because I didn't have a bar mitzvah mustache because I was like, I was 6 foot tall and purely all the way in to puberty by the time I was 12. I was a ridiculous, I was a pituitary mess. But, you know, nobody picked on me because I was bigger than most of the seniors in my school, so that was cool. Yeah. So anyway, in terms of what the special will show about my house and my life and everything, yet to be decided. You know, there's a reason why we haven't gone there yet. But yeah, I don't know. And then there's, you know, yeah, I don't know, man. I can tell you we're going to be filming there, but I don't know how much. But we'll see. You know, because the thing is, you guys, here's the thing, is that think about this way. Would you want millions of people to see the inside of your house on a given day? You know what I'm saying?
Your house is nice. What are you talking about? I've never seen it unpresentable.
The house is nice, but we're picky, you know? We're picky.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there you have it. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna start wrapping up here. So let's get to can we just scroll to? Oh, I can do that.
Yep.
All right. So I just want to just thank everybody who is subscribing here. Pipskay1 has resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you so much. Aussie Tabitha has subscribed through Prime. Blabbermouth 2010 has cheered 58 bits. Go figure. Rebecca Vosk cheered 100 bits. Sly Parakeet has resubscribed for 3 months. 3-month streak. Right on, man. Stephanie53 cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much for showing that love. Lee Nightingale's cheered 25 bits. MSG62 500 bits. And then we have Anonymous cheers. Jacobite RI has subscribed. And Jacobite R, or is it RL? RL was the one who is Ike's person. Ike,
cool.
who clearly is one of Zoe's students. Frogmaster Timmy and Shannon CR has subscribed. Land v Kitty, God, Gabrielle Bad Wolf cheered 100 bits. Wow, you guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Attitude has resubscribed. Leona has subscribed through Prime. Wow, just going on, man. Gabriel Bad Wolf subscribed. Moncoin subscribed. Barely Hazel. CEF1222 has subscribed. Jen 81 cheered 1,000 bits. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have I got all of our subscribers here? I think I have. Man, a whole bunch of you guys. Twilight Girl 13 has resubscribed for 2 months. Woo! Thank you,
guys.
dudes.
Yeah,
thank you so much. It means a lot to the two of us sitting here day after day in the cat cave, along with Pasha, that you guys care so much and that you want to keep coming back. And even though we won't be here next week, because we will be filming My Cat from Hell next week, just stay tuned. Because you never know when I'm going to appear
You might post something
on
on
Twitch.
Instagram or something.
I think I will. I mean,
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing this, obviously, because we do it for hours on end.
Well, no, I'm saying you'll have social media updates probably next week.
Absolutely.
So follow Jack.
Yeah.
Just put the socials in there. So it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So if you're not already following Jackson, because there's going to be some My Cat from Hell stuff on your Instagram.
Yeah.
and
No.
Twitter.
Really, coming up over the next month, I would, just follow. Because there's a lot of stuff happening over the next month. And I'm not going anywhere, you guys. We may switch around days on you where the two of us are here. So just, I just want to... It's always sort of a weird thing when I look at Minu's texts to me in the middle of because... You never know if she's going to be like, this cat needs to be fostered. This cat.
Right.
So, yeah, because we don't want that to happen. Let's see.
Emergencies, though.
Oh, what?
No emergencies from.
No, I don't see any emergencies. She's sending me rooster pictures, which are very, very adorable. Someone said there's comments on the stream about me and Zoe. One was, Mr. Galaxy, I have determined that Ms. Sandor is you with some extra spice. And one from Tigressa, which says, haha, to me, Jackson is more like bell pepper and Zoe is more like cayenne. Well,
The analysis.
there you go. Well, but it is true. I mean, Zoe has a level of directness to her that I only have on my best non-people-pleasy days. That's for sure. But she does it in a way that, and again, you guys will never see everything that happened on that show or any of the shows, but sometimes I wish you did. I mean, because I think that, post like Duck Dynasty and freaking Kardashian, reality TV, as it were, really got a bad rap in terms of stuff that was scripted or whatever. You got to believe that you got to see the entire evolution of my relationship with Zoe on camera. And that was a really special thing. Honestly, we are obviously friends. We both have a lot of respect for each other, and we both did things that the other couldn't do. And actually, if you saw that one scene where we were firing our clients, that was the one time that I was like, I got to take the lead on this, because it was one of those times where it was like, well, it's my experience here that really counts, that I have done this with TV cameras and all this. But you saw me saying, we're kind of disappointed in you. Yeah. And you see me doing that. If you know me, you know that that's not something I say. Like, I don't say that to people. So, we're disappointed in you. Well, that's how bad it was. Right. It was really bad. There was a few other episodes we didn't get to talk about today that were really... there was the one with the bloodhounds we were talking about during the break that you guys should rewatch, because that one also was something else. Anyway, you guys, if you do live in the San Diego area and you have a dog that's out of control, please consider heading over to packmethodprep.com. And then you see here that all of Zoe's little links coming up here. She is worth following. I actually follow Pack Method Prep on Instagram. It's a mystery to me. She should have a lot more followers. So share the love, because she really does have great tips of the day and stuff like that. Anyhow, that's that. Let's start getting into our giveaway here, why don't we?
Yeah, so we're going to cut off the giveaway. I think we've got enough people in there. So we're shutting that down. And then let me prep the page.
And sorry, I'm not spacing out, you guys. I am just reading comments. Zoe does need a Twitch.
Yeah, she's
Pebbles,
great.
You're absolutely right. Well, yeah, we'll tell her. Because it's one of those real-time things. I think people would love watching her lessons and whatever. Mm-hmm. That's a really good idea. Jiggly Fluff with the Doritos. It's Dorito and then Solutions. Doritos and then Solutions. By the way, I did see you guys asking a lot of questions today about my solutions. We do...
oh, man, there was a good question, too, and I forgot it.
I saw one about how to administer it. And how to use two different remedies together. And I do answer those. Here, I'm just grabbing one to show you guys. Right, cha. There is our Hyper Helper with the spray top on it. I will, we will, at another point, I'll answer every question you have about Jackson Galaxy Solutions. And someone is asking about In the Muse today. Not today, only because the day got so packed, and I do have to. The other thing is I'm shooting videos here today as well. By the way, you guys, thank you so much. We're getting a lot of really solid Q&A questions. So if you take a look at our Wednesday videos, including this last Wednesday, those are our Q&As where people send in video questions and I do my best to answer them. And we are getting some great ones. So if you have questions, then send them to jacksongalaxy.com/submit. And I think there's exclamation point submit. Yep, and there you go. Mm-hmm. And then your question too might be answered. And let me tell you, if you want a really easy way to know that I'm going to answer your question, the better your footage is of your cat doing what you're saying they're doing, that's a gimme. That's a gimme. Yeah, there's something. Anyhow, that's it. Ready? All right, let's do our giveaway here. And again, our giveaway today is our dog giveaway package, and that is our solution, our training solution, plus Northwest Natural beef treats, plus the pill masker for dogs and cats. Let's see who gets it today. Here we go. And our winner for the day is Sea Flute. Man, I got a feeling Sea Flute won before.
No, we've had one repeat winner. We have had
really, and it wasn't Sea Flute? Yeah. All right, well, Sea Flute, you got yourself a dog package there, and congratulations. Of course, the pill masker is for cats and dogs, and also the treats are, bipetual as well.
Yeah. And somebody did ask earlier, they don't have dogs, and they felt bad for entering, and so I said, well, you could volunteer to give it to somebody else.
There's that, but also don't forget the training solution is really for help in training, not for training cats or dogs. It's really to help whether it's cat or dog or human for that matter. Man, I could use that stuff today. Stay on task.
A fart solution.
A fart solution. Yeah, it's called Don't Let Your Dog Eat Cat Food. There you go. There's fart solution. Yeah.
Detectivism there.
Yeah, it is. It is truly. It's so hard to keep the dogs out of the cat food. Yeah, there you go. Oh, is he in the background there? Come here, my boy. Pashi, come here, baby. People want to see you, Pasha.
Stand up and.
Can't you stand up? You want to give me a hug? He's like, I don't want nothing, man. He's like, my tummy feels weird. Anyway, there we have it. Congratulations, C Flute. We will get that out to you ASA to the P. And there goes Pasha walking around there.
Wait, I can give you the camera and you can show Pasha.
Yeah, do that, because I want everyone to see my boy.
Yeah, let me get it going here.
And yes, you guys, I know that I keep talking about bringing one of the cats over here. With the back surgery thing, and the way I would usually get him over here is the backpack, and it hasn't happened. And it was my New Year's resolution, and anyway, yes. And again, I'll miss you guys next Saturday, but stay tuned, because I am sure that I will slip into Twitch or Instagram just to give you guys updates about what's going on with my cat from hell, because it's exciting. That's Cat Furl. Yeah, thank you for asking. And again, don't worry. There's only so much I can hurt my back sitting in my house. So there isn't going to be any Jackson crawling under a bed to get a cat. Which is, I'm telling you, man, that might be part of the reason why I had to have back surgery in the first place. I didn't know there was there looks like a dog fart emote. Is that even possible?
Is there really?
How is that even possible? Shanteeth 85. Shanteeth? I needed surgery on my back to fuse 2 different vertebrae because I hurt my back many years ago, along with the fact that, and I'm no skinny boy now, but I used to be double the weight that I am now. And so that's not what a back wants to do.
Just grab normal, and then you could show Pasha. I'll switch over.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Where's the Pasha?
Well, look through the camera. Look,
I can look through the camera?
Yeah, look through so you can see what they're seeing. That's
How
backwards.
do I do that? I don't understand what you're saying.
Turn it around.
Oh, turn it around. There's my
And the camera's
boy.
upside down. Flip it around.
There's the Pasha.
Is it upside down for you?
Now flip it around.
No. It was.
What are you saying?
It was upside down, as in like you're taking a picture.
Oh, that. Oh my God.
There's an ad, but wait for it.
Wait for
Come
it.
back.
Wait for it.
There.
Now.
Like
Okay, hold it like this.
Yes.
Hi, Pasha.
1
Hi, Pasha.
second.
Does Pasha look like he has a tummy ache? Pasha, you have a tummy ache? Does Pasha have a tummy ache?
There we go. Now everybody can see what you see.
There's my boy. There's my boy. That's the Pasha. Look at that look on his face. Like, Daddy, are you telling everybody that I fart? My boy. Do I love my boy? I do. And people ask me what he's a mix of. And honestly, you guys, before he came to us, and you can see, his ears were cropped. And I mean, cropped, like he doesn't have ears. So it's hard to tell. We believe he is some kind of a sight hound. And if you take a look at look at that schnoz. And he is got some Aussie Shepherd in him mixed with some kind of sight hound. And there you have it.
Here, I'll switch off. Okay.
Okay. And that is it. So, yeah, it's not really greyhound, but he's got the really wide chest and the really long nose, and his eyes are offset, so definitely. And he comes from a place in Iran, which is just very known for, Afghans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, Saluki, yes, Lochur, exactly. He is definitely not a Springer Spaniel. He could probably eat a Springer Spaniel, and that's what would make him fart bad. I'm kidding. I honestly, you guys, okay. So that's it for me today. much love to you guys during this time. What else can I say? But let's get through it. Let's show love to everybody in our world. And just know that I'm thinking about you guys. I'm going to miss you guys next week. So have a beautiful week. Stay safe. Keep love in your heart. And stay tuned, because I'm around. And don't forget, you guys, if you've got a heavenly human in your life, if you've heard a great story, something to do with people stepping up in this really tough time right now, now's the time to do it. ! Casting, and get that story heard, all right? And hopefully in the next couple days, you guys, because that's all we got. All right.
Bye,
Light,
guys.
love, mojo. Bye, guys.
Proven itself very successful. We're bringing down costs, we're increasing access. That's going to continue to happen as we on-ramp more partners.